Oh no, I might have just made a really big mistake. Or the best decision in my life, depending on who you ask. Yes, I got the Galaxy 7 Fold. Now, just for context, this video is a follow-up to the video I made about my current phone, which is the OnePlus 6. It has some issues, but it's still more or less usable. But still, I'm kinda looking to upgrade, so in that video about this phone, I mentioned that the main upgrade options that I'm considering are the Galaxy Fold 7, as well as the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But obviously, I ended up going with the Fold. I got so many comments on that video asking me, if I have this OnePlus 6 that has been serving me so well for so many years, why don't I just get the new OnePlus 13? So I kind of started looking into it, and actually, the OnePlus 13 seems to be a really good deal because the base model is 619 euros, which is still a lot of money, but the 17 Pro Max is 1,540. You could get almost 3 OnePlus 3s. What? But the reason this is so cheap is because it's actually running the Chinese operating system. Now, from what I know, you can flash it to be the global version. Or you can just pay a little bit extra and get the global version. But at this point, why not just pay 860 and get 16 gigs of RAM as well as double the storage? But then again, like, if you're paying 860, you could just pay 100 euros extra and get the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which has the S Pen and probably a better camera. And that's how you get upsold from 600 euros to 1000 euros in 30 seconds. But actually there's a fourth option as well, which is the Vivo X200 Ultra. A lot of people suggested it in the comments, but it's actually not an option because they don't sell it here. They only sell the Pro variant, and it's kind of overpriced compared to other places in the world. But why am I talking about these slab phones if I literally just bought the Fold 7? Well, the more I thought about it, the more I felt like, man, do I really need to upgrade my phone? Like, yeah, if I get a new slab phone, the battery is going to be better, the camera is going to be better, it's not going to have the issues with phone calls and so on. But at the same time, in daily usage, there's literally no difference. Like, what is the difference between doing Anki on this phone and doing Anki on the new OnePlus? But I upgraded to a foldable phone. And the reason why is because if I upgrade to a foldable, everything is going to be completely different from a slab phone, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Because you can actually multitask and be much more productive on a foldable phone than you can on a regular slab phone that doesn't really support multitasking. So then the question is, why did I get the Fold 7 instead of, for example, something like the Google Pixel 10 Pro? Well, the answer is actually really simple. The Pixel 10 Pro costs 2,000 euros. Okay, there's 1,700 as well. But this Fold 7 cost me 1,319 euros. And from what I've seen, the Pixel Fold doesn't seem to be all that great, especially for the price. And even though it has better durability ratings, it seems to be less durable. And the biggest issue with the Pixel Fold is that you can only split an app side by side. You cannot do a 4-way split like you can with the Fold 7. And software is the most important thing when it comes to productivity on a foldable phone. So not only is the Fold 7 the cheapest, but it is probably going to have the most useful, most practical software. Okay, let's just unbox it. Man, today is a really exciting day because I am excited. My strategy to make the Fold more durable is to not drop it. If I truly need to use the camera in like a really dusty scenario, I'll just use this phone's camera, I guess. Okay, let's open it up. Ooh. Why is there some dirt on the phone already? Does it have fingerprints? Is this like a refunded phone? Okay, man, the black version actually looks kind of nice. Okay, let's open it up. Oh, my OnePlus is a relatively thin phone, but compared to this, it looks just really old and thick. Oh, okay, you can barely see the grease right now, but if I fold it even once, this grease is going to become a lot more visible. There's some kind of like a fingerprint here. Definitely some kind of a speck. Hard to tell if it's a refunded phone or not, but doesn't really matter. Rip phone. Listen to this. Ooh, that's a satisfying snap. Wait, I gotta do it again. Ooh, man. I can see like some specks of dust here, and I almost don't want to close it because I'm worried that it's going to break the screen. Okay, let's just remove this one as well. Ooh. Okay, let's turn it on. Let's see if it even turns on. Is this the right button? Oh yeah, this is what the side looks like. See, oh, okay. I thought it was like completely empty. Android Laipi Ludzam. How long do I have to wait for Estonian to come up? Oh, that's Korean. Dobre dojde. Welcome. That's Swedish. Tervetuloa.
Good morning, people.
Welcome. That's Swedish. Tere tulemast. Arigato. That's Swedish. Wait, there's no Japanese? Okay, there's no Japanese for some reason. Okay, let's go. Ooh, Eesti. Why are there so many Englishes? Ooh, I felt the vibration engine when I hit this. Feels so much better. Oh my god. I wish I could take a photo straight from here and just OCR the password. I gotta climb under my desk, BRB. Wait, can I just see my Wi-Fi password from my phone? Oh, I can. One of the things I really like about the OnePlus 6 is that it has a huge fingerprint scanner on the back here. So I can just boot the phone by hitting it like this. However, this phone has it on the power button. Okay, let's see how that works. I'm not sure how reliable this... Wait, what? Oh, you can just do it really easily. Man, how do you even make a fingerprint scanner? Okay. Test. Let's see if it works. Whoa, that worked pretty well. Ah, Google has to do this now. I'm not sure if this is in Europe only or if in the US you have to like choose a search engine as well. I don't want Gemini. No Samsung account. Wait, what? Are you forcing me to use a Samsung account? No! Don't do a Windows 11 on me. Can I open the terminal somehow? Set up later. Thank you. Thank you, Samsung. Man, you have so much customization on the installation. I don't need any of these. I just get hacked. Oh, dark theme. Let's go. Okay, I should probably use white theme for the video because it's hard to see otherwise. Taking care of your phone. Yeah, if you use your fingernail on the inner screen, it's going to cause a permanent mark. This phone is not dust resistant. So during renovations, I'm going to have to use this phone if it's really dusty. Immersion in any other liquid other than fresh water, such as salt water or alcohol, can damage your phone. Dude, how are you going to immerse your phone in alcohol? You're all set up. See what's new. Everything is new to me. I don't need to see. Oh, we got it. Your phone needs to restart.
Okay.
How to restart a Windows XP computer by me. Left click this part right here.
Holy shit.
Click on that. Click on the turn off computer part. Click on the restart button. Additional step. Restarting Windows may cause them to lose data. Yes.
Recommended apps to update. Irane? What the fuck? What happened? Why did it undo my selection? Ooh, this screen is smooth. Oh yeah, this is the first time I'm using a phone that doesn't have a 60Hz panel. Okay, let's open it up. Oh, the keyboard opens like this. I kinda like typing on this. Oh, it has like a custom view for the App Store. Just get the Brave browser because I usually use Firefox on my phone for add-ons, but I think Brave worked a bit better, at least on my current phone. I mean the OnePlus. Okay, we got Anki already. Dude, it is so much nicer to use websites on this white screen. Why is there a bug? Okay, now this is what I wanna try. I have YouTube open, and what if I want to make a new card now? Okay, I don't have the Japanese keyboard set up right now, but what I wanna do is take a screenshot. And I should... Oh my god, bro. Okay, it's still fine. I have a case for it and I'll be showing it later in the video. If I wasn't making this video, I would have started with putting the case on. Take a screenshot. Okay, how do I make it regional? What the heck? Can I do this? What? Okay, let's see if I can copy this Japanese text. Whoa. Let's see. Oh, it took a picture. Wait, what? Wait, preview. Wait, I took a picture like that. And I put it directly into the Anki card. Wait, now I can copy the text. So if I paste here, now on the back, I want to put this entire thing as a screenshot. Okay. Now I copy this. And I paste here. I want to add this entire image to the card. So I copy it. And I paste. Okay. Let's say I'm done. Okay, so this is the front of the card. And now this is the back. I just made it on my phone. Split screen from a YouTube video with regional screenshots and OCR. This is my first time using the camera. But let's say I was reading this book, right? Let's say I want to know what this word is. So, okay, yes, I can copy it. Now, what if I wanted to open up a browser here? For example, use a dictionary. G. Why does it have just a G? Oh no, did the OCR get it wrong? Oh, I can just hit like this T button. Okay, let's say I copy this entire thing. Ratio, and we got it. This is what I'm talking about. Why is there Facebook here? Irani. Oh yeah, you can do this as well. So I can put Anki here now. And for example, this is a 3-way split. Oh wait, I got a better idea. How do I rearrange this? I wanna put Anki here, actually. Tap the 3 dots. Oh my god. What does this do? You can pin app pairs to like a taskbar. Okay, so if I, for example, do taskbar, if I just completely close it, I can always open everything up again by pressing this button on the bottom. Oh yeah, and you can use the camera at the same time, so I can have all of these things open and I can just take a new picture. Probably not the best picture, but copy this. No Mitsu. Dude, do you get it now? This is why I wanted it. Having an S Pen would be kind of useful, I assume. But you can actually zoom in so much that you maybe don't even need the S Pen. How do I like only select this part instead of it selecting everything from top to bottom? Well, I guess I can just... Oh, I guess you kind of can. Okay, if I want to bring this app horizontally on the bottom here, then what I probably have to do is unsplit a different app, then it's already on the bottom, and then reattach this one. Yeah, and if I just want to remove an app, I just have to drag it on the bottom here. Okay, I've barely used this phone, but I can already say that it has exceeded my expectations. The software is actually really good, and as you can see, I can do exactly what I imagined, and it's even better than I expected. But I can definitely say that the durability is a bit concerning, so I got a case for it. But the thing about cases for this phone is that not only do you need to make a case that folds, but you also have issues like how are you going to protect the hinge? Should you even protect the hinge? In fact, the official cases I'll show you. This is the case. This is the phone. Where's the case for the phone over here? There is no case on the hinge either, because the case only applies to the backside of the phone. And the reason it's only covering the backside is because cases are just complicated for a foldable phone. And if you put a really thick case on it, it's kind of going to make the phone really thick. Oh, I was just about to talk about hinge protection. And if you look closely, there already are some specks of dust on the edge of the hinge. So you have to be really careful not to get any dust inside the hinge. You also have to be really careful to not drop the phone on the hinge. So even though the official cases don't protect the hinge, it still might be a good idea to have a hinge protective case. And the reason I say might is because some people say that if you have a hinge protector, it's actually worse, because if dust gets inside the hinge, then if you have a hinge protector on top of it... Okay, I'm going to talk about that later. Okay, so this is the case I got. And this feels like a really good segment for a sponsored video, but this video is actually not sponsored. I'm not getting paid anything for this, but I did reach out to Torras asking if they want to send me a case so I could check it out and see if it's actually a good fit for the Fold 7, because this is a pretty expensive case. Okay, it's opening. Okay, this is the case. Oh wait, do you get 2 screen protectors? Dust removal sticker. Ooh, nice cleaning cloth. I guess first I'm supposed to remove dust with this, like this. I really should have done this like the moment I unboxed the phone, because there's so much dust on the screen already. Oh, jeez. This smells like actual alcohol. Like when you go to the doctor and you're about to get a syringe. Let's clear this. I really hope I don't get any bubbles. I'm pretty sure I put it... I feel like I need to remove it. I need to put it more in the center. No! Oh, it's ruined. I kind of ruined it already. So I'm just going to use the other one. I put it slightly diagonally. I fucked up this one as well. Well, I got it on perfectly, but there's dust under it now. So I ruined this one as well. I ruined both of them. Oh well, okay. Maybe I can remove the dust somehow, but my apologies to Torras for absolutely destroying their screen protectors. Like, there's dust on the glue. I don't think it's possible to fix it. Like, if you fuck it up once, it's gone. Like, you can't wash dust off glue. Yeah, I just made it worse. Whatever. Ah, yes. Ah, beautiful. Look at all this dust under the screen. Like, if I did it again, the third time, I would do it perfectly. Like, actually. Okay, unlucky. I ruined both screen protectors.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would.
But actually, I put it perfectly in the center, so hopefully the case will at least fit really well. Let's see how the case is. Oh. And on the back, it looks like this. And it has this circle in the middle, which is like a magnetic MagSafe ring that you can also twist and turn. So you can like, oops, hold it or use it as a stand like this. Oh, I put it backwards. Okay, let's try to install it on the phone. So technically, if I wanted to, I could only use it like this as well, without the front cover, which would make it a little bit slimmer. But I'm still going to use the front protector as well. Man, I cannot look at this. To clarify again, that was entirely my own fault. Okay, now it's a completely different phone. Looks, well, actually, it looks kind of cool. This is the hinge. It's actually like much heavier than I expected. I expected it to be extremely flimsy, but as you can see, it doesn't move when I just slide my finger. Fingerprint doesn't match. Of course, it doesn't. Okay, that was kind of bad. Not gonna lie, it feels a bit claustrophobic because the screen is not as wide as on a regular phone, but it's much taller. Ooh, you can use it as a stand. And technically you can also hold it. Can I get it out with one finger though? It's a bit hard to get it out with one finger. Okay, this is something I wanted to talk about. So this hinge protector is covering up like half a centimeter of this back screen here. Literally every single case that has a hinge protector does this. Okay, I want to try connecting this mouse to this phone, and it's actually made by Keychron. Keychron sent me this mouse. It's not a sponsored video obviously, but Keychron sent me a bunch of mice. So I've been daily driving this mouse and I've been pretty satisfied with it. The only thing I wish it had is like you see this part here? This is really nice, but I really want it on the other side as well. Like, I have to put a little bit of force to keep my pinky not from touching like the mouse pad when I'm using it. Pair. We got a mouse. This is my first time using a mouse with a phone. Oh, you can alt tab like this. I could probably make an Anki card like this. And I can just split screen and use it like an actual computer. I could like unironically probably write code on this. Like I could SSH to a server and use it through the terminal as well. Wait, you can see tabs like this on Chrome, on mobile? What the hell? A foldable wave must be coming. So if I do T, okay, how do I zoom in? I can control scroll to zoom in. And what if I try to select this? Oh. And then I can just drag these sliders here. And now I copy it, go to Anki, and Control V it here. I'm wondering if I could use a Thunderbolt dock. Oh, does it really mean that if I connect, will it work? Oh man. Okay. It's the 5th day. And the funny thing is that after I recorded everything that you just saw, I took this phone and I went to the gym. And the way I use my phone at the gym is that for every set of every exercise, I write down how many reps I did as well as how much weight I used. This means that I both lock and unlock the phone a lot. And when I started actually using this phone for that, I felt like, man, I might actually need to return this. And the reason why is because this tiny fingerprint scanner is so inconsistent that it was just really frustrating to use. So essentially, the fingerprint scanner is built into the power button, and this is the power button. And if you combine it with a fat case like this, it's going to be even less accurate. So I feel like more than 50% of the time, the fingerprint scanner just didn't work. And if you do it quickly in the gym, like imagine you grab the phone and try to activate it, oh, it failed right now. It vibrated that it didn't detect my finger, even though I grabbed it and I put my finger on the fingerprint scanner here. Now compare this to the huge fingerprint scanner on the back of the OnePlus 6. And because it's in such a good position, no matter how I grab the phone, my finger is always ready to hit the fingerprint sensor, which almost always works. But I found a solution, and that is facial recognition. So essentially, I changed some settings to make it so that when I grab the phone, it's automatically going to unlock itself by using facial recognition. And that works pretty well. I feel like it's still a downgrade compared to the fingerprint sensor, but that kind of solved the issue. But the other issue, which I still haven't found a solution to, is that this tiny power button is so hard to press. So this is the power button and this is the volume rocker. It's almost completely flush with the frame of the phone. I don't think it even protrudes 1 millimeter. Now combine it with a case that heavily protrudes on the left side and even on the right side, and like my finger doesn't fit on this frame. I either have to press it incredibly hard or I have to be like really precise with it like this. And the other thing is that this is a foldable phone, so the power button is only on one half of the phone, while as with a regular phone, it's in the dead center. So this button is incredibly easy to press. Meanwhile, this is just disgustingly difficult to press, especially with this fat case. So if I wanted to keep this phone, I will most likely have to get a different case. I even thought about doing something like perhaps gluing some kind of a silicone bumper here so it will protrude more, kind of like on the OnePlus here. But then I will also delete the fingerprint sensor, which isn't really great to begin with. But yeah, this is a really annoying problem and the biggest problem I have with this phone, which is especially unfortunate because something I constantly use on a phone is the flashlight. Oops. And from the settings, I found that you can toggle the flashlight by double tapping the power button. I actually really want a phone that has an extra macro button that I could map to be just one click to activate flashlight and one click to deactivate it. So basically the action button on the iPhone, or the upcoming OnePlus 15, which also has an action button. And the other issue with this phone is that the display is kind of narrow. So even though this screen is taller, it is a lot narrower, which makes typing on a keyboard a lot more difficult. But that is definitely a smaller issue. It's something that I'm kind of already used to. But there are kind of three additional issues with this phone. One is that I guess the battery life is pretty mediocre compared to current flagships, which hasn't really bothered me that much yet, but this phone kind of doesn't have quick charging either. Or it does, but it's kind of slow. But I actually cannot use it right now because this phone didn't come with a charger. So I tried charging it with the OnePlus 6 charging brick. But with this one, it charges so slowly that it told me that it's going to take 10 hours before it's 100%. So the way I charge this phone is with this power bank right now. But everything battery related is still not the biggest deal, unless we're talking about battery replacements. Now, I haven't even replaced the battery on this OnePlus 6, but if I wanted to, it looks pretty doable on this phone, but I'm not sure how you're going to go about replacing a battery on a foldable. It kind of feels like something that I just wouldn't do because it's too risky or too expensive. But that's assuming that this phone is actually going to last so long that I'm going to need to replace the battery. Because while I definitely believe that this phone is built to last, and if I take really good care of it, it most likely is going to last a long time, it is very questionable whether or not it's going to last as long as, for example, the new iPhone or even the upcoming OnePlus 15, which has an IP69K durability rating. And even though I put a really thick case on it that, protects the hinge and everything, I've been cleaning it, but the hinge protector definitely traps dust. Like, I kept it in my pocket, and when I pulled it out, like, this entire part was full of particles, essentially. And over time, I wondered how many of those particles entered these creases here. Maybe it's a non-issue, but you definitely have to be much more careful with a phone like this. So even if I have problems with the power button being hard to hit with this case, I cannot use the phone completely caseless either, because that's just asking for trouble, essentially. I need to find a case that doesn't have like anything on this part here. But there's an additional final issue, which is the camera. Now, on paper, this phone should be a huge upgrade over the camera of my OnePlus 6, especially because it has a 200 megapixel sensor, which is huge. And I talked about how valuable a good camera is for me, but the thing is that I only care about video. Like I talked about how much value I place on zooming in like this, as well as out. And while the camera of this phone can definitely zoom in way more, way sharper. What's happening here? Huh? Oh, okay, teleported. Yeah, this is the issue. The way it works is that it switches the lenses. So if I start zooming here, it starts changing the lenses and it teleports every time, like right now. I'm zooming. And boom, it disappeared because it teleported to the other lens. Now, I understand that this happens with every phone, but for my use case, I want to zoom from 0 to 100 without any of those jumps. The only way to do that is to use the Pro Video mode and choose a specific lens that you're going to be using. So this is the ultra wide, this is the default wide lens, and this is the zoom lens. And if I only use the wide lens, it's pretty much the same as just using this camera. Now I can do crash zooms as well as crash zoom outs. But I discovered that it has an issue, which is that if you zoom like this, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's not very smooth. It looks kind of laggy. Instead of smoothly transitioning the zoom, it's jumping by some values. Meanwhile, on this OnePlus 6, I can zoom smoothly. Of course, it sometimes lags, but it lags because it's just underpowered and the battery is so worn out. But when it isn't lagging, it's working smoother than the Samsung Fold, which is brand new and costs a lot of money. However, with this camera, you can do some really cool stuff. You can see what's going on so much better if you unfold it, and you can even see a preview of the rear camera on the back of the phone. And the utility in it is unique in the sense that maybe only the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is going to have a preview on the back. But on the flip side, this unfolded experience is so good. Like if I want to, I can even do Anki whilst watching YouTube at the same time when I'm like doing very easy cards. And this truly gives me so much more that I can do with my phone. So then the question becomes, how much value does this extra freedom give you that it would be worth sacrificing what you lose by choosing it over a slab phone? And it is honestly really hard to say because it's situational. Over these past 5 days, I've had multiple times where I feel like, man, I am 100% keeping this phone. This is amazing. But then occasionally I'm like, man, it's not like I cannot do many of these things on a slab phone as well, it's just less comfortable. But at least I don't have to worry about durability. The battery life is going to be 100 times better. The camera could most likely be upgraded at this price point. And I could get a phone that doesn't have issues with the power button and is going to have a macro button, so I could toggle the flashlight really easily. But then I go back to this and I'm like, man, this is so nice. Man, if I want, I can put an extra browser here. And so essentially what I'm trying to say is that this phone has so many downsides, but it has very strong upsides as well. But almost all the downsides are hardware related because the software on this phone is very nice. Like almost every complaint I had, I found some kind of a solution in the settings. So for example, I was able to change the order of these buttons here. I was able to change the vibration intensity and style for different types of vibrations. I was able to change the functionality when I double press the power button, which I put on the flashlight because I use the flashlight every single day, multiple times. So essentially, I am unable to decide whether or not I want to return this phone or keep it. Because on one hand, it has so many issues that I just talked about, but on the other, it is so nice in terms of usability. So I have 1 week to decide whether or not I'm going to return it or keep it. However, if I refunded this and bought a slab phone, for example, the upcoming OnePlus 15, which has even a 165Hz display, which is something that I'd really enjoy, as well as a huge battery that's most likely going to be nerfed in the EU version, oh, and the macro button that I can toggle the flashlight with, then there's a high chance that I'd keep it for another 7 years like I did with this phone. So I'm really conflicted. Like, I feel like I want both, you know? But another option I have is to refund this for now, keep daily driving this OnePlus 6, maybe even put Lineage OS on it or something, maybe even change the battery that I could do on a live stream. So if you're interested in that, you can maybe subscribe. And once the OnePlus 15 and the S25 Ultra come out, I can decide whether or not I want to go for those slab phones, or if I discover that after using a foldable, I cannot go back to a slab phone, then I can always buy the same phone again, or wait another year for the Fold 8 to come out and upgrade then if it's a good deal, even though it's going to be more like 2 years of waiting because the price on release is going to be really overpriced. Man, I don't know. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe in the near future I'll update you on what decision I ended up making. So you can subscribe for that. Oops. And until then, oh my god, man. If you're interested in that, you can subscribe for it, and I'll see you in that video. Bye bye.